Hello to the absolutely nobody watching this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to obtain the most money possible from hunting. Let's start out with fortune. There aren't many ways to increase hunting fortune at the moment, but I'm going to mention all of them. First off, you can obtain up to 25 fortune from your hunting level. You can easily get hunting 25 in a few hours by hunting ghosts, or if you're a little bit weaker, you can hunt glacial walkers. 50 more fortune can be gained by maxing out the Heart of the Forest perk, Hunter's Luck. This requires you to be Heart of the Forest 6 and have at least 3.6 million Forest Whispers, but it can over double your money from hunting, so I highly recommend you get it. Another 30 fortune can be obtained through the David's Cloak. If you do not have a lot of money, I would recommend you stop at about 25 fortune on the cloak, since it becomes a lot more expensive to gain fortune afterwards. Up to 3 more fortune can be obtained from Core accessories. If you're rich, I'd suggest getting the Infernal Core for that plus 3 fortune, but if you're not very rich, I'd still suggest spending about 22 million coins for the plus 1 fortune from the Burning Core. An additional 10 fortune can be gained through the Hunter's Karma attribute. This can be obtained by consuming 24 Megalith shards, which will run you about 15 million coins at the time of recording this video. The Hunter's Karma attribute can be further buffed to 13 Hunter fortune by consuming 32 Sea Serpent shards, which will cost you about 30 million coins, as well as 32 Iguana shards, which will run you another 25 million. Sea Serpent and Iguana shards also buff Black Hole stats, which I'll talk about in the next section, so they are a worthy investment. In total, you can gain up to 121 hunting fortune against all creatures. There is additional fortune towards specific rarities of creatures, but I will show that off when displaying money methods. Let's talk about black holes. First off, you must have a medium black hole. It kills faster and gives a 10% chance for double shards, which is multiplicative with hunting fortune. This means with 121 fortune, you can sometimes drop up to 6 shards from one creature kill. There are a few ways to buff your black hole. First off, you can increase its speed through the Hunter's Pressure attribute. Consuming 48 Python shards will max this attribute out, giving you 20% more black hole speed. This can be further buffed to 26% speed through the Sea Serpent and Iguana attributes as mentioned earlier. You can also increase that 10% chance to double shards through the Hunter's Grasp attribute. This is achieved by consuming 48 King Cobra shards for about 28 million coins. This will increase that 10% chance to 20%, and it can be further buffed to 23% with the Serpent and Iguana shards. Black holes are weird with placement. They only seem to grab creatures that are underneath them. This means when hunting, you want to place your black hole on the roof of where you're farming so that it can grab creatures faster and from farther away. Now for the last section before I actually show off money methods. Skip this if you don't have friends. This is how to loot share. Loot sharing is a little bit buggy with hunting, so I'm going to explain how to do it properly. When hunting a mob that is already on 1 HP, if you hit it and the person kills it with a black hole, you only have a 20% chance to receive loot share. However, if you were to hit a mob that has, say, 50 HP still, and then it was black holed, you would instead have a 100% chance to loot share. This means in groups it is better to use a lower tier hunt axe so that everyone is guaranteed to deal damage to the mob, and therefore receive 100% of the time loot share. Now it's time to show off a money method. The method I'm showing off today is Lapis zombies. For this method, you're going to want to max the Decent Karma perk for plus 20 common hunter fortune. This requires 96 newt shards and will run you about 40 million coins at the time of recording. You will also need a method to hit mobs while semi-AFK. There are a few options you can use, and I will list them now from worst to best. You can use the Guardian's Laser Beam perk. This is very terrible, very slow, and very inaccurate. Do not use it, but it does technically work. Any Wither armor set's full bonus also works, but it has a 30-second cooldown, meaning you do not hit mobs very often. You can use a Vampire Mask. It is decent and hits fairly often, but it does not do very much damage, so it does take a while to kill Lapis zombies. You can also use a Witch Mask. It has a long cooldown, but does good damage and has the longest range of any of these methods, meaning it can hit mobs that are farther away. Do not use a Vampire Witch Mask because it is bugged and can kill mobs that are on 1 HP. This will actually grief anyone. Finally, the best method, Frozen Blaze Armor. It ticks every second and does 50% of the Lapis zombie's health. After 30 seconds, you will have to move your head and feet in order to remove the anti-AFK effect, but it is by far the best option. On the screen now, I will be running to a specific spot and placing my black hole on the roof. This is one of the best spots to semi-AFK Lapis zombies. I'm going to do a 1-hour test of this method and then show a fusion after that increases the money you gain from it. Also, I forgot to mention this beforehand, but if you have an intimidation artifact, please take it out of your accessory bag and put it in your ender chest. Lapis zombies will not come at you if you have it on, and it will hurt the rates greatly. Alright, I'm now going to start my 1-hour timer. I'm gonna start the timer and then set everything up. But yeah, I'm gonna time lapse it and I'll be back when it's done. We go start, we go black hole, we switch to this, and then we wear our frozen blaze. And we're just gonna sit here for an hour and see how much money we make. And yeah, I'll be back when it's done. Alright, so that is a 1 hour. In that 1 hour, I got 1,957 Lapis zombie shards. Okay, so as I said before, sorry for the weird cutoff. I got 1,957 Lapis zombie shards in 1 hour. And currently, Lapis zombies are worth 14,500 coins if you insta-sell, and 19,000 if you wait in a sell offer. And this is, I'm using a calculator. So we got 1,957 shards. If we were to insta-sell, that's 28.4 million coins in 1 hour. And if we were to put it in a sell offer, and it actually was to fill, 37 million coins in an hour. But that's not where the money comes from, because there's a better way to do it. We're going to be fusing Skeletors, that is just incredibly inaccurate. It's meant to be about 320,000 coins, as you can see below. And the sell price is normally 400,000. I don't know how it's 3 million right now. It was not like 20 minutes ago. But for every 25 Lapis Zombie shards you have, with 25 of these, you need 35 Glacial Walkers, which will run you about 350,000 coins right now. Like I don't know why, yeah, it's 350,000. So, and that will make 4 Skeletors. So, 400,000 coins times 4 is 1.6 million. 1.6 million minus 350k to get rid of the glacial cost is 1.25 million. And 1.25 million divided by 25 for the Lapis zombies is 50,000 coins per shard. Meaning if you were to sell offer as Skeletors, you would, instead of getting about 30 million, you would instead get 97.8 million coins in 1 hour. And at the insta-sell price of 320,000 coins per Skeletor times 4, that's 1.28 million. 1.28 million minus 350,000 is 930,000. And that 930k divided by 25 is 37,200. 37,200 times 1957 with my rates is 72.8 million coins. Now, it does take a few minutes to craft all the shards through fusions. For me, to get rid of about 2,000 shards, it takes me about 6 minutes. So we can divide this 72.8 million by 1.1 because 6 minutes is 1/10 of an hour. Meaning we actually make 66.1 million coins insta-selling in 1 hour as of 3 weeks after the update. And if you don't know how to make Skeletors, all you gotta do is warp to Galatea. Obviously, you put the walkers in your hunting box, and then you walk up, you get the Lapis zombies, you get the walkers. You craft them into Lapis skeletons 5 times. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we have 10 of these, and you combine these 10 with 10 more Glacial Walkers into 2 Skeletors. And you do that twice. And now you have 4 Skeletors, which, if I can find them, sells for 1.25 million insta-sell. So my numbers are exactly correct as of right now. Keep in mind this will probably drop if a lot of people actually see the video, but I doubt people will see it. But yeah, that's how you can make over 60 million coins an hour just insta-selling stuff while pretty much AFK. Like I just watch YouTube the whole time. And maybe I'll leak some more methods if people actually watch this video. But later.